All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the fifth episode of season of Talks. Today we have Cobra K from the. Oh Jesus, my Siri. All right, today we have Cobra K from the team Floki. Cobra K, am I correctly pronouncing your name? Welcome to the Omchain Talks.
Welcome, man. Thank you so much for having me. Most people say Cobra Kai. I don't know if you've seen the show on Netflix, but that's where the name came from. Don't ask. It was a last minute decision. I needed a name online, and I was watching the show, so Cobra Kai it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, like I call myself Meow Meow, so I think Cobra Kai is something that suits the crypto space. Awesome. So, Cobra Kai, you identify yourself as the Floki Viking. Want to tell us more about, your background? What are you doing? What are you building on Floki? Could you tell us more about yourself, if that's okay?
Yeah, no problem. So, yeah, I'm a Floki Viking first and foremost. I retired in 2019 from traditional finance. I was in electronic payment systems, so kind of adjacent to cryptocurrency, and worked with building payment systems with like Visa, MasterCard, Apple Pay, that type of thing. And then um, I had owned Bitcoin and Ethereum since around 2015, 2016 for Ethereum, and I didn't really know much about crypto. I didn't pay much attention to anything outside of Bitcoin, to be honest. Um, and we had the lockdown that came with COVID. I think so many of us ended up coming into this space, maybe out of boredom, maybe out of curiosity, maybe because we invested in areas like AMC and GameStop in the stock
Wait,
market. And then
sorry to drop you. Were you in the GameStop investing event? Like, were you one of the guys who invested in GameStop?
I wasn't actually. I didn't play that game. I understood the sentiments though, because coming from traditional banking, I came from a world where, like it or not, we discriminated. I worked for a very large bank in the United States. I can't say their name, but I saw policies that worked really well for some people, and they didn't work so well for others. You know, based on socioeconomic status or the color of their skin or where they lived or if they had a social security or not number or not. We could build policies in ways that um, made it harder for some people to get money and made it easier for others. So I was naturally attracted. It was the thing that I hated the most about that system. And I don't think that people did that on purpose, by the way. I think it's just the way the system has evolved over time and the way it's built. So I saw the stop and AMC stuff happening, and I thought, you know what? It's about time that the people take the power back. That the people take the power back, and then of course that bled over into Dogecoin, and I was sitting at home watching some stupid TV show at 2:30 a.m. It was January 27th, 2021. I remember well that Elon Musk made a tweet, and Doge started to trend not on the business and analytics that the trending section for you. It was trending number one on big Twitter, on main Twitter, on Twitter, and I Googled, because I knew where I could buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. I didn't know where I could buy Doge. And yeah, I opened up a Robinhood account and bought a bunch of Doge that night. And the rest is history, man. I came into this world and just found a home filled with brilliant people, with a lot of people that want to build, believe it or not, even though we have more bad actors, I would say, than those that are acting with a purpose to have a long term future in Web3. A lot of this is short term thinking. And I started to look for a project that felt like home, that I saw doing things that mattered. And I was a ship holder for a while, and then when that ended, when after that gigapump or whatever you want to call it, I was kind of discouraged. I was kind of discouraged in the space because I didn't see a lot of building coming from the world that I came from, building that could be used to use this incredible technology, to use blockchain in a way to move money across borders faster and cheaper. There's a faster and cheaper way than Visa and Mastercard. What I was used to. It's right here, guys. It's right here. And instead, I was seeing a lot of win Lambo and wear Lambo, and that stuff's fun.
I mean,
I love
the
that.
main question here: do you own a Lambo? It's because, like,
No.
yeah, people all the time. I mean, like, when I tell that I got into crypto in 2011, they're like, "But do you own a Lambo?" oh man, you gotta be like, sitting on a huge, Bitcoin stack. And I'm like, nope. I sold them when I was in college. I was like having vacation and so on. It's not that, like everyone hold it too much. But the main thing, the reason why I interrupted you is that one thing that you mentioned about discrimination in the existing financial system. I mean, right now, I mean, the reason why I got into crypto in 2011 is the exactly same reason, because I had to receive a payment from someone else from another country. I was like 15, 16. I had no way of, opening a bank account to receive international payments because, I was not 18 years old. That's how I got into crypto, because usually people do not realize that yes, Visa is a solution, Mastercard is a solution. There is like Swift transaction system. There are like yes, wire transfers
Mm-hmm.
and banks and so on, but none of them are designed to make things accessible for people from maybe different countries. Most of those systems
Yep.
are designed for at the core, at the heart of the financial system. Most of the money are owned by group of people, or like how do I say, some specific target group, I should say. So most of the solutions are developed for them. A bank in the US might not care about someone in the Africa trying to send 20 cents worth of payment for some groceries that they're buying, because either the amount is too low, or the accessibility, or the people in that region are not their target clients. So usually people assume that existing financial system is trying to solve the problems of the people, but it's actually a business. People make business decisions. People try to see which part of the market that they can grab a share from. They have their responsibilities. They have their expenses. Especially what I have seen when I started, building applications in the crypto space. What I realized is that often the salaries and the costs of providing service in the U.S. or Western European countries is high. It's like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
an American company probably might not be able to provide services for some people living in the Southeast Asia region, because the customer service would be getting paid $15 or $20 an hour, whereas the people that they would be talking, providing service, would be maybe making $20 a month of spending each month. So it wouldn't be covering it, and that's why probably most of the areas that crypto is trying to touch right now are being abandoned by those big companies. I mean, not necessarily I am saying that, as you just mentioned, that they're trying to discriminate against people, but at the end it's just a business. They have to be profitable. They
Yep.
have to be trying to use the opportunities in the market for their interest. And that's why I
Yep.
wanted to interrupt and share my opinion on this matter.
Thank you for that. You're spot on. I think that word discriminate. I don't think that there was an individual, by the way, where I worked that was discriminating on that basis. I think that the system is built in a way that's discriminatory. Exactly why you said, because of the root of all evil. Of all evil is the love of money, right? Greed. And in that system, if you don't have a social security number, if you don't make $100,000 or more a year, if you don't, check certain boxes, then it becomes much harder for you. And it's because you're looked at as a number. You're just, how much money can I make from this account? And the blockchain doesn't do that. The blockchain does not discriminate. The blockchain doesn't care if you're old, young, black, white, who you pray to, who you love. The blockchain will allow you to transact. It will allow you to take control of your finances in very important ways. So, story goes on from I have three little bears, from Doge to Shib, to thinking about completely exiting this space, and just being a Bitcoin holder, and wondering if if this technology was going to turn out like Web 2, which I was discouraged with, right? We had Web 2 and we came up with like Facebook and Twitter, right? A lot of incredible things too. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, but I wanted to see this technology being used to give power back to people and to do things that are fun and creative, and and then most importantly to make real world change. So I held a little bit of Floki in October of 2021, and November 5th of 2021, Floki made a big promise, and one that I was very skeptical of. They made a promise to build a school for underserved children in underdeveloped countries on every continent first, and then one in every nation, through various partners. This partner being Pencils of Promise and charity. Since I had left in 2019, charity was a big part of my life, and I was I was curious at that point, very curious. So much so that I actually picked up the phone and called Pencils of Promise in New York City and asked, are these guys legit? I see so many people in this space that use marketing for pump. They use charity for pump. They use a lot of things to create hype, short-term hype, without long-term
I mean, yeah,
results.
just want to add one thing here. It's usually when things are on the blockchain or in the crypto space, usually you don't know the names of the people. You don't have any address of their offices. You don't have much information about the team or the people behind the project. So usually it's hard for people who are not crypto natives to filter out which projects are actually going to be doing the thing, and which project are just promising things. Because
That's it.
in the past I have seen a lot of stuff on the Bitcoin Talk forum as well. There were like a lot of genuine and nice ideas, nice discussions, but also again there were a lot of rug pulls, scams, and people just trying to collect money by saying that they're going to be helping someone. So it's really nice knowing that once you learned about those things, you actually went and checked the fact, because usually people don't do that. Either they're just skeptical and say like, hey, I'm just going to be staying away from this, or they're just like believing in it without actually verifying what's going on.
You got it, man. Verify, verify, verify is the I would say first is not your keys, not your coins, not your crypto, and then verify here. And I came from a world of traditional finance and traditional investing, and if Nike says they're going to build a shoe, it's pretty easy to see that they're going to build a shoe. Well, these guys said they were going to build schools. I say these guys tongue in cheek as well, because I've gotten to know the team so well and respect them so much for the work that they're doing. So I picked up the phone and I called Pencils of Promise, who is one of our charity partners, and they said, "Yeah, these guys are legit." I'm very, very proud and humbled to say that well, no, it wasn't even last week. It was like 3 days ago, I guess. We completed our fourth school in Ghana, and now Laos, Ghana, Guatemala, and Nigeria all have schools, state-of-the-art schools that were built by Floki. They include boreholes for clean water. This isn't just a school of people. They include internet and computers and classroom blocks and administrative buildings and playgrounds and important things in these forgotten communities, these places where people don't even have a bank account or have a computer. The next on Musk could be in Niger State, Nigeria, where we built this school, and we would never know that because that person maybe never would hold a computer mouse, or never would have access to coding classes, or never would have access to math and science. And clean water, the first thing, clean water, which is something that we make sure that every one of the facilities has, and they don't say anything on the building except for "Buy Floki for the people." So if you go to our main Twitter, you'll see the plaque from Ghana that was released a few days ago, and there'll be more photos that come out. It's simple. It's just "Buy Floki for the
Yeah,
people."
that's really awesome, and I am really amazed because I didn't know about that. The building schools think of Floki, because at the end, if you really think about it, even if like years ago without cryptocurrencies, even if you wanted to do that donation, if you wanted to contribute to building a house in some different country, you probably wouldn't be able to do that because they can't receive any money from you. But right now, it's with the blockchain technology, it's so easy to transfer wealth, and the wealth that you're transacting or you're transferring could easily be verified by anyone in the world. It's basically like, I mean, I'm based in Turkey, I live in Istanbul. It's really hard for me to just grab some local currency and go to some other country and try to spend it there, because most of the time people wouldn't know that if it's a fake. They wouldn't know anything about the exchange rate. They wouldn't know anything about whether they would be able to cash it out to their local currency and all sorts of things. So it's already a
Yeah,
hassle for my national currency. But on
yeah.
the other
So
hand, yep, go on, please.
no, I was just going to say, yeah, you guys experienced it firsthand. The Turkish lira has had a rough go of it for the last decade or so, right, or even more, and that's why Turkey is, I think, the one of the fastest, if not the fastest, the top two or three growing cryptocurrency markets in the world, because the Turkish people have found a great way to transfer wealth, to move money without the necessity to do those exchanges and to deal with traditional finance, financial institutions. That's why we focus on that area a lot, which we can talk about. We have a very large and very vibrant Turkish community as well. But just to, if I can, because I get a little bit scared and I'll lose my train of thought. So I found out that
Yeah, go on.
the schools were being built and that it was legit. I joined the Floki community as a Floki Viking. and I started to spend a lot of time in our Telegram. It was the first Telegram that I'd ever been part of, the first crypto community that I'd ever been part of, because Ethereum and Bitcoin don't really have that. And the rest is history. I've been here now for, I guess going on a year and a half, and became more involved with the project and fell in love with the utility that's being built. I fell in love with Valhalla, our game, which, by the way, gives power back to the people. The whole purpose of Valhalla is so that people in these underserved countries can earn a living playing a fun game on the blockchain that's not just built to dispense tokens, but is a where you interact with others, a place where you can use this technology and then transfer that wealth to a person so that you can put clothes on your back and shoes on your feet and food on the table. And products like Floki Locker that we're
Yeah,
that is
Cobra
built.
Kai. Before we get there, I just want to add one thing, and then I'll be asking a few questions about the Valhalla as well.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing that you said about me living in Turkey, experiencing things in the first hand is that it's how do I say, for people living in US or Europe who are using euro as their main currency, it's basically, how do I say, a lot easier than Turkish people or some African people, some Asian people, because like, let's say you're living in New York, you can hop on a plane, go to another country with dollars in your pocket, and you would be able to spend that dollars in any country you go in the world right now. So that's why, like, when you go to another country, you might not feel the problem, because you are born with the dollars, you're used to spending dollars. You take some dollars, go to another country, you keep spending that dollars. And maybe not you, I mean, like, but maybe the people would feel like, hey, okay, I can use my base currency, so it should be like that for everyone else in the world too, if there's not so much experience in the finance field. So that's why actually it's really important to understand the importance of blockchain based projects, and transferring wealth overseas, because this time we literally have something that is not issued by any government or any central authority. And one thing about the cost of service as well, most of the things here in the blockchain are self-service. What I mean by that is, open your own cryptocurrency wallet, you don't get any support, you don't have anyone to help you. You won't be receiving calls from someone whether your account has low balance. You won't be getting called by someone for promotions. It's basically like a self-service ecosystem. And teams like Floki, teams like our team, building things with the support from actual individuals, usually most of the time. So that's why I'm seeing this ecosystem as like self-powering, self-service, and self-motivating, as well as self-moving ecosystems. That's why I think we have much more, like, we are more likely to be successful in the areas, in the countries, in the fields where the traditional finance cannot be successful, because how the system was built. So now let's move on with the Valhalla, because you also have mentioned, and both me and probably our community has been wondering. So what is Valhalla? What is actually being built by you guys, and how did Floki said that, okay guys, we should be building a metaverse, a Valhalla, for people? Could you tell us a bit more about the background of the Valhalla, and the current state of the game, and what's it aiming at? What's it gonna be like playing Valhalla?
Yeah. So, well, you can play the game right now. So there's you can answer the question for yourself what it's like playing Valhalla. You can go to Valhalla.game, and you just need a MetaMask. It's free to play. It's on the Optimism Core testnet. It is currently the possessor of 6-7 smart contracts, making it the largest project that's ever been built in Web3 as far as smart contracts go. We can't find another one on any chain that has that many contracts working in unison. And if you look on Optimism Gorley, you'll see that the number 2 contract, the top used contract, is the faucet, which is used to drip testnet items, NFTs, and tokens to people, testers, builders that want to use that testnet. The number 2 contract is the Vera contract. So Valhalla has critters called Vera, and you can capture them, and you can train them, and you can battle with them against AI or against friends head to head in a battle arena. You can also explore the open world and capture these guys like Pokemon's the best way to say it. Being the number 3 used contract on that chain are the amulets. You have to have an amulet in order to catch a Vera. So you are a Viking. You are a Viking NFT 3D that runs around. You control it with your controller. Well, your PC controls WASD. It's an NFT. The critter is an NFT. The amulet throw to catch the critter is an NFT. Everything in the game you own. You own your assets inside of the game. There's never been a game built like this in Web3. This is our attempt to do it the right way, to balance an economy the right way. And our lead blockchain dev Jackie and our lead game dev Mr. Brownwell said it very eloquently, but better than I ever could. They said this is our love letter to the blockchain. A lot of people
Oh,
don't.
that's very nice way of saying things. I'm sorry, I had that. Please go on.
Yeah, it's their love letter to the blockchain. So Jackie Chu is our lead blockchain dev. He has been working on the blockchain for over 10 years, has been developing smart contracts since 2017. He worked on the Viper project with Vitalik Buterin. They know each other on a personal level. This guy has been around and he's seen some things. And many people don't know that Ethereum was created. Look it up, Google it. Why was Ethereum created? Why did Vitalik create Ethereum? He was a World of Warcraft player and had the most OP, the most powerful character with the most powerful um, ability in all of World of Warcraft, and they took it away from him. They took it away, and he was pissed. So he built a world in Ethereum where people could have control of their own assets. The aim of Valhalla is to give people control of their in-game assets. Everything's yours in the game, guys. It's yours to create, but it doesn't have value right out of the gate. You don't have to buy a fancy NFT to get into the game. You don't have to own $1,000 worth of Floki to get into the game. You'll be able to do the game when it's on mainnet for a very small amount of Floki tokens, like less than $20 is the number that we keep kicking around. I don't know where it will land, but anybody should be able to get into the game. You answer a questionnaire as you come in, which determines the Viking that will be minted for you automatically on the chain. It all happens without you feeling it. You're just playing the game, and your portfolio is being created. Your in-game portfolio is being created based on the decisions that you make. So, I probably didn't do the best job of explaining it there because I never say the same thing twice when I talk about these. But Valhalla is to disrupt GameFi. It's disruptive is the best way because the games that have been built to this point haven't been built with gaming in mind. They haven't been built with longevity in mind. They've been built on pumping the value of a volatile asset, a token, in order to usually pay the devs and for a small amount of people to get rich and then to move on to the next game, or just to exit the space. So this is a world where you can raid, you can farm, you can battle, you can do quests. There are clans, so it's 30 players per clan. These aren't gaming guilds like the ones that have been created to go and extract value out of every game that comes out. These are Valhalla specific clans, 30 players. I'm in one already. We've got dozens, if not hundreds, that have formed already, where you're playing with friends, you're using the blockchain, you're owning NFTs without even knowing you're owning NFTs really because they're your characters, but they reside in your wallet, in your MetaMask, and at this point, and they're yours to trade, to sell, to hold on to cherish. So that's
Yeah, I
Valhalla,
mean,
guys.
like it's really awesome how things are like. One guy destroys someone's item in a World of Warcraft server, and then the guy decides to team up with people to build something that is probably going to be changing our understanding of finance, as well as ownership based economy, as well as the gaming. Thanks a lot for mentioning all the details of the Valhalla. And as you said, I also personally didn't know that the game could be played right now, because I have been following the Valhalla Leaks Telegram channel. A lot of updates being posted and shared there. If you guys are not a member of that Telegram channel, please go to Telegram and type official Valhalla Leaks. You'll be able to see the channel. It has roughly 1,000 members in the channel right now.
Yeah, yeah. Can I
So
pause you right there? Can I pause you right there, though,
yeah, yeah,
please?
sure.
For safety purposes, so Floki is one of the most imitated projects out there, and there are multiple scam channels in in Telegram for us. We never do an airdrop. There's even an unofficial Valhalla channel out there. Please, if you want to learn about us, only go to official sources. Go to Floki.com. You can go to Valhalla.game, but that's also at Floki.com. So Floki.com would be your landing spot. Or if you want to go Telegram, in my bio, there's a link. It's t.me/Floki token. That is where, if you type in /leaks in that Telegram channel, you'll get to the leaks channel. But I just would hate for somebody to search incorrectly and to end up in a scam channel, because they are out there. So please make sure to verify. Floki.com is the place where you can find the official channels. The leaks channel is there as well in the Valhalla section.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the heads up, because usually that's the case. There's going to be someone sending you a message and be like, "Hey guys, can I help you? This is the official channel. You have to send us some dollars. Please, guys, just be careful. I don't ask any funds personally." And I think that Cobra Kai also does not ask any, money via DM or anything. So please do not send any funds to anyone via DM. Do not, get scammed by those people. Just verify that you're on the right channel. Also, if you're doing a Google search, please make sure that you're not clicking an ad that takes you to a very different website. Make sure that you're on the web page right side. So thanks a lot. So I was saying that I didn't know that the game could be played, but right, I'm on the website valhalla.game /play/intro, because I had to first generate my character, I guess. It's really, how do I say, impressive to see that there is a game that is being built with Unity. It's also like maybe some mobile game developers as well as client game developers are aware of it, or maybe the gamers are aware of that technology. A game with Unity is being built on the blockchain, and with, just like you said, more than 60 different smart contracts are being utilized. So it really comes to it really comes to the players right now, is that will they be demanding that they really own the assets? I mean, initially 10 years ago, if you ask me, I would be like, hey, no one cares about owning an asset, because the internet was not so fast in the world. The servers, the computers that we were playing games with, they were like, not really performing well. The games out there were not valuable. Like, you wouldn't be able to make a living by playing games maybe like 10 years, 15 years ago. But right now we have something called esports. There are actual people professionally playing games and making a living from it. There are people who are every day playing online games and grinding items and selling them and making a living. This is like their professional job. This is like their day job. So it's really important to understand that right now both the technology as well as the infrastructure is almost ready. I still have some doubts about the scalability of the blockchains, but aside from that, we should be understanding that right now we have the technology that enables us to build something collaboratively. It's not now. It's not like just now a company is building something and then you're consuming it. There are different, there are different games, different infrastructures that also allow you to be part of the game. And I hope that in the upcoming releases of Valhalla, there will be editions. Maybe there are plans, I don't know, but I hope that it will be possible for people to submit their own 3D models as artwork, so that those things could be added in the game as well. That's why I am really impressed with what you guys are right now building, what you guys are trying to achieve, because it's really so far what we have just seen was simple card games. I'm not saying that they were bad. I am just saying they were the first phase of blockchain games. Right now we actually have things that resemble actual video games that we're playing on our computers, but are connected to the blockchain. And it's also really important that something that unique is being tried with Valhalla by utilizing 65 different more than 65 smart contracts are being utilized. Yeah, I'm right, more than 65 smart
Yeah,
contracts.
67 now. We're
67.
just getting started. We're just getting started. So right now there are 5 Vera that have been spotted in the wild that you can capture. The Vera are the critters. Think
Mhm.
like Pokemon again. They're like your sidekick. So you have a Viking character. It's all Viking themed, and you can have 2 Vera in your inventory that you carry around. And that's going to be over 100 someday. We have more and more coming out all the time. Uh, the the game has it's so multifaceted. If you think of like a Fortnite or a Skyrim or a Farmville, or those are the ones that we hear mentioned a lot. World of Warcraft. There is force built into the game that will released at some point. Yesterday, Elo went live. I don't know if you know what Elo is, but it's the ranking system that was initially used for chess. So Magnus Carlsen is the highest ELO chess player in the world, the hardest player to beat. You can battle in the battle arena right now. Like I said, you can just go in there, create your character, and you go to the PV module, and you can battle your friends head to head. You can challenge them, or you can just search for an opponent. And if there are people in the game at that time, it will match you up against someone. And right now, we have the very first ever highest ELO player in the history of Valhalla. I'm number 2 the last I checked.
What's the score? Could you tell me your
Uh,
score if you remember it?
I won't tell you mine, but I know who is the top one. He's 1276, and I just
1276. All
yeah, you
right,
started
all
12.
right.
It came yesterday, and we hit 1200. And this will be reset on testnet, by the way. So don't panic if you're
I
not
mean, like,
not
I'm
yet.
competitive. I'm a competitive player as well. I mean, I spend a lot of time playing Dota 2, if you know the game. I
Yep,
don't know.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
so I'm a competitive player too. Now that you have said that he's the number one and you're the number two, I am, tempted to actually, not tempted, but challenged. I have kind of this inner challenge. And after this talks, I really want to go out and, try and hope to beat you guys. I'm sorry. I want to just, try to grind my score higher. So that's the reason why I ask, what's the score? Sorry for
Yeah,
interrupting.
I say that, as I say that, if I'm being honest, because I always have the game going in the background. I was playing it right here before we got started, and yeah, we continue to grind and to needle each other. It's fun. You have to capture a nice viewer in order to be competitive in that in this
Now that you said that, I have your, like, the Pokemon theme song is playing in my head. I'm like,
yeah.
I wanna be the very best. Okay, please go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I just
you capture them and you train them, and right now you're going to play the game and get the best one that you can out there in the wild, or else you are going to probably get stomped on pretty good. The highest that you can get right now is a level 10, I think, is the biggest one that I've seen captured. And once you get there, then you're a pretty tough customer. But man, it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun to play. It really, really is. And that was the whole thing. Is ours are brilliant, by the way. I gave you some of their background, that they've got those credentials. But what better way to take crypto to the people than a meme? What better way to take crypto to the people than a game that is fun? And the things that you learn how to do while playing Valhalla are just incredible. I know how to mine cryptocurrency now. I mine Optimism Gorley, or Gorley testnet ETH. I mine it all the time, and then I bridge it over to the Optimism network so that I can give it to Vikings that want to play the game. If you try to play the game and the faucet is dry, we've actually run the faucet dry on the Optimism Gorley testnet, so it's easier to mine and then to bridge. If you come into our Telegram and you want to play, we will help you. We can give you tokens for free. It's all free on the test net. You're not trading real money. Create a clean before you play the game. That's important as well. But yeah, man, to introduce people into crypto and to do it with a fun game. And oh, by the way, we
yeah.
built.
Just before you go there, I was just gonna ask, like, let's say I play the game right now. What do I do? Like, I wanna play the game. I have my MetaMask installed on my browser as an extension. What do I do? Do I have to switch to Gorilla Net testnet and then get some testnet tokens, or is it on a layer two? Could you tell us a bit more about how one gets on board with the Valhalla game right now?
It's really simple, 3 steps. So the first step is you have to get the MetaMask, right? You add the MetaMask browser extension onto your PC. The
All
second
right,
step,
done.
yep, the second step is to go and add Optimism Core testnet into your MetaMask. If you go to Floki.com or you go to Valhalla.game, the steps are right there. There's a great tutorial on YouTube that shows you how to do it. It takes less than 10 minutes to get in the game. Just watch the tutorial, go through the steps. So you add that network. There's actually a link where you click on and you can connect your MetaMask, and it adds that network automatically to your wallet. Then you go to get your tokens, and your tokens will you can get them from a faucet if you've got a Twitter account. There's a faucet, but sometimes that faucet doesn't have a lot of tokens in it. So you can do that, or you can mine them and bridge them, like I talked about, or you can come to the Telegram and we'll give you tokens. But that's it. Create a MetaMask, add the network, get the tokens. Then all you do is go to Valhalla, click play. You're good to go. As long as your wallet's set on Optimism Poorly, you're playing the game. You're having a blast. It's a lot of fun, and we have almost 100,000 transactions on the blockchain as of today. So yeah, man, gotta catch them all. It's
Yeah, I mean, like right now, I have my fresh wallet set up. I have added the optimism goalie, and now I am just looking at the, get some testnet tokens from the Paradigms website. All right, sign in with Twitter. If I can't do it, I'll be just harassing you guys on the Telegram channel. Yeah, because
or
I just
DM
wanna.
me. Yeah, I'll send them over.
All right, that's awesome.
You want a confession? A confession? Can I make an
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. Sure,
air?
go.
I just earned another 16 elo points as you and I were speaking. I just destroyed a poor
No,
Mad Hatter.
man,
I had it
please,
open
please, I'm
here.
telling you, you gotta be worrying because as we were talking, I was just setting up a Famaski account too. I mean,
That's how
gotta,
easy it is. We're literally talking about the future of blockchain gaming here, and I'm gaining elo points, and you are creating the wallet, so it's easy to get into, guys. Just
yeah. I mean, like, I think it's like I kind of feel like right now that we're the right people to talk about Web3 gaming as well as the Valhalla, because you're literally playing it just like you said it, and I'm literally making an account just to play the game. So it's not like I couldn't even wait for this Omchain Talks to finish and then try to create an account. So
I
guys,
will.
yeah,
I'll
it's really
tweet it
easy.
out. I'll tweet it out right now. I'll tweet out the proof. I just took a screenshot and I'll tweet it out so you guys can see me waiting here in the lobby. And that's the thing is we don't have, it's not like Fortnite yet where you have 2 million players in the lobby. So you just click and within 10 seconds you have a match, right? I wait patiently in here. So I know who the person is with the top elo, and he's afraid now because I thumped him last night. So
Yeah, no
so
worries. I mean, both he
probably
and you should be afraid, man. I mean,
he's
I'm coming.
probably there. He's probably in there now. That was my thinking was, well, he knows that I'm on an AMA, so perhaps he's going to try in there and not run into me. But I'm out here. I'm lurking, always lurking. I can play. I've played several hundred hours already in the game. Uh,
Okay, yeah,
and
I'm in the
and yeah,
intersection right now. Gotta be scared. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You gotta be scared. I'm right
I'm a,
now. It's loading. It's loading, man. It's been real.
yeah. If we could only
All right,
stream here
awesome, man.
on Twitter. If we can only stream here on Twitter. So yeah, I'm waiting. I got my hat there. I've got another one, but yeah, I tweeted it out. You can see that's me in the lobby. There's usually somebody else on the other side of that. And as soon as I click that check mark, I'm going to start looking for an opponent. If you know somebody and you want to play, obviously you just click on the challenge friend there. You paste in their wallet address. You guys can talk smack on whatever Discord. A lot of people like to do it on Discord or Telegram. However, you can talk smack to your friends back and forth, and that's that. So,
Yeah, that's really awesome. I mean, I am really impressed that it's really easy to get started with the game right now. As you said that as we were talking, you're playing the game. I'm making an account right now, deciding on my character. It's really impressive, considering that all these things have started probably with the crypto kitties. Initially this was the one of the most
yeah,
played game out there, and now evolved to this. And I cannot even imagine what's going to be happening in 2 to 3 years. Right now, if we can build things that could be played in the browser without downloading anything, just with the MetaMask wallet and some tokens in it. I'm really
yep.
excited. Yeah.
This is browser based right now, so this is browser based, and we're limited on what we can do browser based because of memory. I'm not on the team, by the way. That's important to note. A lot of people make that assumption, but I'm not developing the game. I'm a player, just like everybody else. I don't know any of the leaks that are going to come out until they come out. I just study the game. I do some work for Valhalla behind the scenes on other things, but I don't. Our game lab is like Fort Knox for the lead game dev, Mr. Brown Whale. He is a leak smuggler. He really enjoys. We've got a huge community, obviously over 400,000 holders now on Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum, just on decentralized exchanges, and we've got like 40,000, 37,000 people in our Telegram that are vibing all day long, and he loves to get the people riled up. So he will steal art from the art room, or he will steal whatever leak he can get his hands on and leak it out to us. But that team, they work in an office together. We have over 20 game devs that have built some of the most addictive and fun games in the world, and also the most addictive and fun soundtracks in the world. The music for me, if somebody, it's a no-brainer. If somebody says what's the best part about Valhalla, the music, right off the top of my head, the music is incredible. Orchestras played old fighting instruments. It's been layered on top of each other. You have different songs that you earn as you level up your Vera. You get more and more songs. The initial song is called Knights of Asgard. The next one you get is called Berserker. The next one you get is called Thor's Hammer. And these songs are incredible. If you go to Valhalla.game, I think you can get to the SoundCloud there. If not, I know that it's at Floki.com. You can go to the SoundCloud and listen. But we got, I think, 20 now tracks that play in the game at various points, and it's layered. So if you're playing in the battle arena and your health gets low, then all of a sudden the music gets more intense. And the way it's layered, you'll never hear the same exact. It's just incredible. It's incredible. The music is triple A plus plus plus.
Man,
Ready for the market right now.
you just made my while I was waiting to get some testnet tokens, man. I am just trying to try it out right now. Oh my god, awesome. Right. I think this was like overall a really nice space. What do you think?
Yeah, and I had a blast. I appreciate you having us on here. I know that Omchain is doing some incredible things to make crypto faster and easier. That's really what it is coming from the payment space, right? It's always about making it faster, cheaper, faster, cheaper, faster, cheaper, faster, cheaper. Bitcoin wasn't fast enough and cheap enough. Ethereum in its original form wasn't fast enough and cheap enough. So we saw all these layer twos come out that are aimed at being faster and cheaper. So I love to see people building. We haven't determined what blockchain Valhalla will live on, or what blockchains, plural, Valhalla will live on. The Floki token lives on Binance Smart Chain and on Ethereum. So it's to need to be compatible there to where we can use our Floki tokens, because every player is going to need to have a few bucks of Floki to build their character. And then after that, it's about the grind. The players that play and earn will be able to earn. And into the playing field, it doesn't matter. I've seen kids in 4 enjoying the game, and people in their 70s already enjoying the game. It's fun for all ages, and we hope that it will make it. It'll make people more aware of blockchain technology, but
Yep.
really that they'll just enjoy playing the game.
Yep. That's exactly what we're trying to build. I mean, the faster the blockchain is, the better the less expensive chain is, the more adoption that we hope we will have from all sorts of audiences. Right now, the reason why there are like layer twos, different blockchains, is that Ethereum is too expensive to do things. Binance Smart Chain is seeming like number one options, but still for microtransactions, Binance Smart Chain is kind of expensive, and it's what we're trying to achieve. We're like, okay, if you want to build something that does not require accessing to liquidity, just come to Omchain. You can build things there. You can have the hard work being done by our blockchain, and then just bridge some tokens to other blockchains as well. So, and I personally believe that there is no one winner in terms of which blockchain is the better, because I believe that there would be a lot of different blockchains. All of them would have different communities, different users, different use cases, and whichever suits best for the projects would be surviving. There would be, of course, some blockchains that would be disappearing, but like on the one of the recent Omchain Talks, I gave an example. It was like, yes, there will be like burger chains like McDonald's, Burger King, maybe Wendy's or KFC, or Chick-fil-A. But then there would be like your homemade burger restaurants as well, smaller ones, but targeting different audiences as well. So I am really happy that today you were with us, and I
Yeah,
actually, like, I personally enjoyed this Chain Talks, and I am really glad that I learned that I could play the game right now. I'm trying to
yep,
get some testnet tokens at the moment, because most probably the faucet is dry again. It didn't send me any funds, even though it said that
that's
it
fine.
sent me funds.
Yep. If you DM me, I can get you some. If you me, I can get you some. I'm a testnet ETH, so we'll get you some tokens.
They have given me just 0.001
Yeah, that's not
Ethereum.
enough.
It's
Yep, that's
not
what it
gonna
keeps
be.
doing.
Why are you giving me this little? All right. This is my personal problem
It's
now.
drying up. So, but to go to Floki.com, there's 2 other options. You can mine and bridge, or you can go. There's another faucet where you can get 0.20, and just go to Floki.com, click on information on the Valhalla tab right there. You'll see it. I
Mm-hmm.
need to mention something to you. So since you're getting in the game, and everyone that's listening, because I hope people will get in the game and try it. It is an alpha version. There are bugs. You're going to run into bugs. You'll run into lag. It's web based, like I said. You'll run into game crashes. All of that stuff happens in an alpha version. This is the first alpha version of this game, and it's going to be built in iterations for years to come. If you do find bugs away, we have a bugs channel in our Discord. You go into Discord, you go to the bugs channel, you can report those to the devs. please help us, because if you find a bug and you report the bug, then the bug gets fixed and we get to mainnet more quickly. So you're helping. But also, if you play the game right now, the test the hardest, you guys are playing to earn already, in a sense, because the testers that have the most transactions on the blockchain, that have the highest level Vera, etc., those players will be rewarded on mainnet. When we go to mainnet, you could either get tokens, you could get NFTs, you could get advantages in the game, you could get special skin. Who knows what the devs are going to do? I know that the Floki team always takes care of its loyal Vikings. And most importantly, if you're going to get in, do it today, because actually tomorrow, if you guys see the news, Floki is burning 4.97 trillion Floki tokens that have been
That's a
locked in
lot
our
of
bridge.
tokens. That's a lot
Yes,
of tokens.
it's worth over $125 million by today's price, I think. And they've been locked in our bridge because we had a bridge that you could bridge from ETH to BSC. Our distribution has allowed as such to where we don't need such a big bridge anymore. We still have multi-chain bridge for your average holder, but we're going to burn them. We're going to take them off the blockchain because bridges are one of the biggest areas that are exploited in this space. We're aware of that. We're going to protect our total supply, and we're going to burn them. But here's the thing: we're going to try to crash the servers. We're having a burn party tomorrow night, 8 p.m. UTC in
8
Valhalla.
p.m. UTC. All right.
So
Noted.
if you create your Viking character, you can go in Valhalla tomorrow and party with the dev team, because it's a metaverse. I think that people use that term loosely, a metaverse. When you're playing Valhalla, just like if you're playing Fortnite or Call of Duty or whatever, you can see the other players around. You can see the other players stopping to capture Vera. You can see them run past you, jump on your head, climb a tree next to you. A metaverse, I think you have to have interaction with the other players. You'll be able to communicate here eventually. I think it looks like it's going to be from a leak that we saw, but you'll be able to talk smack to the other players. All of those things. The clan play, you'll be able to communicate with your clan members. All of the things that you're used to seeing in real games today, that's all coming to Web3 and Valhalla. And I hope you guys will come to the burn party, because we're going to burn over $100 million of Floki, and we're going to celebrate in Valhalla.
Yep, that's awesome. I mean, I have taken my note right now on my calendar. I also started mining some Ethereum on Girly Network. So just so that I'm coming. I'm coming, man. I'm coming.
All right.
No worries.
You better
And
get
just
a.
that.
I'll give you a hint. Try to catch the most powerful hush room. You're gonna have a hard time capturing one, because you're gonna have to
No.
learn how the AI moves. Try to get a good hush room.
All right, no worries, man. I'm a fast learner. I'm a fast learner. I'm gonna be
I love it.
challenging you. Yeah, and just one last thing, just that you have mentioned that you guys are burning a lot of tokens. We'll also be burning almost half the supply of Omchain tokens, including all the team tokens, because we realized that if it's a community
Oh,
project, yeah, we are actually burning the team tokens. I'm gonna be like,
hey, yeah. I'm sorry. Somebody just sent me a DM because I get so excited. We have 2 dates. It was a DAO vote that just happened. Tomorrow, the sales tax, the buy tax for Floki, tomorrow at 8 p.m. UTC drops from 3% to 0.30%. The burn party, we're burning those tokens on February 9th. Thank you so much, Dean, for saving my skin there. The burn party is on February the 9th at 8 p.m. UTC. So you have a week
yeah, it
to
gives me
get
it gives
ready.
me roughly a week to grind my items and be the best player and be graded with some flowers and stuff on the event. Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Thanks.
February 9th, we'll be burning over 100 million in Floki. So just, yeah, man, I hope that they enjoyed the talk, and I hope that they'll play
Yep.
the game. Do you want to take any questions, or are we up on,
Uh,
I guess, it on time?
Yep. I think we're on time, and I think more or less we have talked about everything related to Valhalla. Guys, if any questions, please let us know via the comments. I have been checking the comments here. Haven't seen any questions, because I am a curious person myself. I personally ask even how do I get started with the game. So I think everything was clear for them. And just since you have mentioned that we are going to be burning, I want to say that as I have just said, we are going to be burning half of our supply as well, including the theme tokens. So we are just going 100% community owned. We don't have any VCs. We don't have any insiders. We don't have any whales. Anything. We're literally trying to build the fastest and cheapest blockchain out there with the support of our community. I thank all of them for joining us today, and for specifically for this event, I have just burned 1 million OMC tokens, which is roughly valued $24,000 right now, according to the market value. So 1 million tokens that are just burned from the circulation right now as we're speaking. So thanks a lot, Cobra Kai, for joining. I really had a great time. I hope that you also had a great time. I
I
learned a
did.
lot about the Valhalla game, and I'm just hoping that I can catch my Vera
You,
tonight.
thank
Hopefully.
you so much. And I'll just tell you, check your wallet. I just sent you half an ETH on the test net, so you're in.
Awesome.
And I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much,
All
man.
right.
Floki is excited about what's happening, and we really appreciate the platform.
All right. Awesome. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. All right, guys. See you all. That was the end of the show. See you next week. Bye.